It's 3 o'clock. Top stories on the news at 3. Vice President Shettima calls on Northeast Development Commission to focus on investments in legacy projects. Senate confirms 3 ministerial nominees as ministers. Plus, World Bank, Federal Ministry of Education to empower 50,000 youth in Nigeria. Do you love and care about River State and a peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22PH Online. You can also subscribe and click the notification bell for update on our live feeds. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Manholes are created on modern roads to drain running waters and create room for removal of debris from drains if blocked. However, the aim is defeated as dubious metal dealers have taken to vandalizing such manhole covers, threatening the lives of residents of Rstv State. Gospel Anele in this report underscores the negative impact of such insensitive act and the way forward. His report.
Manhole is an opening designed by road construction firms with a view to channeling water on the road during rains into drainages to avoid flooding. It also assists during the silting of the drains to reduce health hazard. The present administration in the state has deemed it necessary to provide basic infrastructure like modern road constructions with manholes for the people, but hoodlums use the early hours or late night to remove metal covers of the manhole, which could endanger lives and property, as well as defacing the beauty of the affected road. Rstv news crew drove to several towns in Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas and observed that manholes at Rumeme, Elekahia, Rumuaba, Transamadi, and Oginiba slaughter areas had been stolen by unknown person, thereby posing grave danger to lives and opportunity for people to squeeze solid waste into the drainage to block and cause flooding. The crew also observed some expired tires inside the manholes, while objects were used as symbols for danger to road users on the stolen manhole cover positions. Respondents interviewed expressed disappointment at the situation, which according to them will pose a threat to life as people may fall inside it.
And I always know that our booking people always they do that in the all the time. In the night, from 2 o'clock to be 3 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock. So, because they are always selling all this high on them. I
describe it as a very dangerous spot. Somebody can fall in and die, and armed robbers can be in, and in the night they attack the public.
This is very dangerous to human beings. Somebody can fall inside. Even Fayego can fall inside. This is supposed to have weather security to protect.
It's very, very unsafe. Government did this for safety, so that someone cannot fall there and get injury. But the way it stands now, all these malams are booking them. They remove it maybe at the night, then to sell it to make money. From Akarolo down to Mbog to Bridge, it's over 30 something that they removed.
Lagos, I stayed Lagos before. They don't do things like this. After just how many few years, people are stealing now to sell it for chicken change. Maybe they just sell it for scrap because they don't know the value.
This manhood has been removed by these scavengers. We do see them sometimes, they carry heavy iron. They started even cutting our wires for generators along the houses.
This Stadium Road, Rumomasi, all those sides have been removing it. And before they even remove it, they came the first time to remove this. These are Aboki people that is removing all these things. The other time they arrested one of them that is digging it. Before we came, the other, I think it's 2 weeks time, they came back and removed this one. So it's very dangerous.
Some suggested that government should enact laws through the legislature to ban operations of scrap dealers and constitute task force to enforce the ban.
I'm working now, I'm trying to put some alarm in our office there, because each time thief, every time they are entering these places, taking things, even individuals who can help the government to arrest whoever we see tampering this thing anytime. They should, anywhere they sell it, they should even arrest both the people that bought it and even the people that see with them. Government should put task force to be going around where all those where they have those their scrap dumps to be checking for this. If this is unique, it's something that you will see wherever you see it. It's easy to identify.
If they bring law out, I'm sure this thing will stop.
It is a collective responsibility of all and sundry to check the excesses of hoodlums who steal the metallic manhole covers in the state.
Certain names are given to children by their parents, relatives, and sometimes themselves because of past experiences and to create room for God's intervention in their lives and circumstances. Gospel Anele again evaluates the negative and positive impact of names people bear and the need for parents to adopt godly names for their children. His report again.
God created man, Adam, and made the woman from his rib and called her Eve to be in charge of the beautiful garden of Eden. And both are the forebears of all humans who have multiplied globally with stories to tell about the impact of their names on their lives. Scripturally, some characters' names were changed and life became different for them. Examples of such were Abram, who was named Abraham. Saul became Paul, and Jacob was changed to Israel. On the other hand, some characters like Isaac, Jabez, and Benoni were given names according to the circumstances surrounding their birth, as recorded in Genesis chapter 17 verse 19, 1 Chronicles chapter 4 verse 9 to 10, and Genesis 35 verse 18. In the present day, individuals change their names, swearing affidavits to put a seal to it because of what they had gone through as a result of the names they bore. Respondents, including ministers of God, have something to take home.
Names affect people. So when we are considering giving our children name, even what we have, even our pets, when we consider giving them names, we should put into consideration. The name he bear will also go a long way to tell us how he will behave. Nobody will want to call him his son Lucifer.
We can see that name has effect on the life of an individual. Like when the wife of Nabal told David, you know now my husband, his name is Nabal, talking about foolishness, so he will act in line with his name. So name, to an extent, influences an individual.
I was bearing Linda, and I found out that Linda, the meaning of Linda means pretty serpent. And then, whenever I sleep, I used to have a particular bad dream. And when I asked questions, I found out that the name is affecting me. I had to change it to Lillian. And the meaning of Lillian is the oath of God. And since then, I changed the name. I've never experienced such bad dreams again.
And my native name is Tamuno Priye, which is also God's gift. And whenever I speak, whenever I'm in any challenge, and I tell myself I am God's gift to mankind, I am God's gift to the world, it opens way. I also know a friend whose name is Ijeoma. That name works wonders for her.
Are there negative influences associated with the bearing of certain names? Senior Pastor Stephen Amadi and Pastor Prince Thompson provide the answers.
Our forefathers, if they have enmity with their friends or anybody, they will use their child, naming their child as a way of attacking the person. And to an extent, that name is like a load that the child is carrying an enmity that the child don't even know. When you want to give your child a name, give your child a name that will project goodness, that will also honor God.
My relatives can give names to my child or to any child in the family because of the relationship. It is important that the father of the child or the parents of the child, especially the father, who understand the importance of name, call them to order. It's not that what you did is wrong, but for the purpose of the destiny of this child, we are trying to secure the destiny of this child through the name. This name you gave is good, but the meaning is not okay.
Parents and relatives are advised to stop the habit of giving children names that could shut doors of favor and breakthroughs, no matter their cultural inclinations. God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
With more reports, Vice President Kashim Shettima has called on the Northeast Development Commission NETC to focus on investments in legacy projects, including agriculture, education, and smart transportation, also known as electric transport vehicles and tricycles. Shettima said this at the unveiling of a 10-year master plan for the Northeast Stabilization and Development Master Plan for NETC, advising the board of the commission to be prudent with its resources and prioritize investments in projects that will have lasting impact on the region. He added that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will do everything possible to ensure that total security is restored to the Northeast region and pledged unalloyed support for NET-C to actualize all of its objectives, but urged its board and the management to unite as a team and do what is right for the people. Away from that, the World Bank and the Federal Ministry of Education have announced their aim to train a minimum of 50,000 youth in Nigeria, empowering them with various digital skills through innovation grants. The project is part of the Federal Ministry of Education project in collaboration with the World Bank, offering hands-on vocational training to help youth access suitable jobs and provide post-placement support to ensure sustainable employment for those who choose to enter the labor market. Speaking to newsmen at the FME Ideas Midstream Review meeting in Abuja, Senior Economist, Education Global Practice at the World Bank, Dilip Parajuli, stated that in this particular project, the target is not large, but rather 50,000 beneficiaries. Parajuli explained that the bank believes that this is a relatively small number, considering that approximately 3.6 million youth enter the labor market each year. Death crept into the Senate wing of the National Assembly with the collapse of two persons during plenary, while a ministerial nominee from Kaduna State, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, came down unexpectedly during his screening but was revived. The Tribune newspaper correspondent Tijani Adeyemi, who was covering the proceedings, also went down, but unfortunately could not make it. But before commencement of the screening of the three ministerial nominees forwarded to the Senate for consideration by President Bola Tinubu, Adeyemi suffered a cardiac arrest in one of the National Assembly's shuttle buses, but died before he could get to the SGF clinic, where he was immediately rushed to. He was confirmed dead at the SGF office before his body was moved to the National Assembly's clinic. While Adeyemi's body was still kept at the National Assembly's clinic, awaiting evacuation for burial, according to Muslim rights, one of the ministerial nominees, Balarabe Lawal, collapsed after making his presentation. And while waiting to field questions from the senators, the nominee slumped around 1:50 p.m. after he introduced himself and highlighted his achievements so far in the private and public sectors, and was quickly put back on his feet by the sergeants at arms and a few senators. The Senate has confirmed the nomination of three ministerial nominees, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, Kaduna, Dr. Jamila Bio Ibrahim Kwara, and Ayodele Olawande Ondo as ministers. Senators supported their confirmation in a voice vote immediately after their screening exercise during plenary. Balarabe from Kaduna and had earlier collapsed at the Senate chamber when he appeared before the senators for screening. He was the second nominee to be screened after Bio Ibrahim. He collapsed more than 15 minutes into his screening exercise. Balarabe collapsed when Kaduna South Senator Sunday Marshall Katung was speaking about his administrative experience in Kaduna State. The Kaduna lawmaker who endorsed Balarabe's ministerial nomination said all the three senators have no objection to his nomination. Katung had not finished his remarks when the nominee collapsed.
Part of administration, I've been part of policy making, I've been part of trying to change things in the country based on what I did at the federal level. Can you say water, water, water? Give me water. Water and sugar. Water and sugar. Get sugar, 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 and water. Where is Dr. Wale? Can the camera see immediately?
Well, water and sugar, as prescribed by the Senate President, may have survived Balarabe Musa. That you love and care about River State and at peace, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22PH Online. You can also subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And in part 2, after the break, at least 10 dead, 82 missing in India glacial lake burst. Details shortly.
Attention broadcasters, independent producers, and content streamers. This is your chance to buy or sell quality content. At Africast 2023, the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, will be launching the very first ever Nigerian TV and film content hub. Join us from the 24th to the 26th of October at the Marriott Hotel Ikeja, Lagos, and be part of a game-changing experience. Content Hub is your destination for content acquisitions, aggregation, licensing, and distribution of both local and international programs across for broadcasters in Nigeria. For more inquiries, visit www.africast.com.ng. Content Hub, your easy and affordable access to quality and affordable content. Don't miss out. The Africast Content Hub, brought to you by the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, in collaboration with NIFS.
The world stop spinning. I'm lucky when into the world stop spinning. I'm lucky when into the world stop spinning. I'm lucky when into the keep up with me. Come on, let's go. I'm lucky when into the world stop spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'm lucky when into the world stop spinning. Africa, you feel me? Come on, now let's get it.
Your styles from darling, find your beautiful.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. The Minister of Interior, Olubimi Tunji-Ojo, says reforms are underway to simplify the passport application process with the possibility of Nigerians being able to begin submitting online applications as early as December. Speaking with newsmen, Tunji-Ojo stated that one of the reforms the ministry is implementing in passport management is to put an end to the chaotic passport application process. In comparison to the passport application process abroad, the minister stated that only a biometric capture needs to be done in person, explaining that all necessary details can be submitted via a Nigeria Immigration Service portal. Tunji-Ojo stressed that the days of drawn-out enrollment procedures are long gone and unacceptable, adding that it is Nigerians' right to experience a smooth procedure. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has vowed not to stop the demolition of illegal structures and shanties in Abuja to sanitize the capital city. The director of the Department of Development Control, Mukhtar Galadima, made the vow during operations aimed at sanitizing and removing shanties all over the city. Galadima also held sensitization meetings with some of the residents on Abuja master plan buses and prepared their minds ahead of impending demolition exercise. He revealed that his department would propose to the FCTA minister, and if approved, the FCTA may begin to arrest culprits of the Abuja master plan abuses because their activities were posing serious problems in terms of city management, security, and health challenges. And on security matters, the Chief of Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, sought expedited delivery of 6 TK-1 attack helicopters from the Republic of Turkey to enhance their counter-insurgency operations. Abubakar made this known when he received the ambassador of Turkey to Nigeria, Hidayat by Rakata, at the Nigerian Air Force headquarters in Abuja. By agreement, 2 helicopters will arrive in Nigeria next month, while 4 will be delivered by March next year. He affirmed that the support of Turkish government was key to sustaining the ongoing counter-insurgency operations in Nigeria, and implored the envoy of the use to use his office to help fast-track the delivery of the 6 TK-1 helicopters to Nigeria. The Air Force chief emphasized the painstaking resolve of the NAF to capitalize on the prospects presented by key partners to develop and enhance NAF's capability to effectively secure the territorial integrity of Nigeria, and thanked the ambassador for the assurances and noted that the NAF would leverage the opportunities presented to improve its research and development drive. A special court-martial set up by the Nigerian Army has found the former Group Managing Director of the Nigerian Army Properties Limited, Major General Umar Mohammed, guilty of 14 out of 18 count charges, which are all contrary to service laws. The court-martial, which was headed by Major General James Miam, also had 7 major generals as members, with a Brigadier General as judge advocate. The charges include stealing, forgery, conspiracy, theft, and unauthorized diversion of army property, among others. The charges were also subject to service discipline. On the forest scene, at least 14 people were killed and 102 were missing after heavy rains caused a Himalayan glacial lake in northeast India to burst its banks, the worst of such disasters in the region in more than 5 decades. The Lonak Lake in Sikkim state burst its banks, causing major flooding, which authorities said had impacted the lives of 22,000 people. It is the latest deadly weather event in South Asia's mountains, being blamed on climate change. The Weather Department said Sikkim received 101 mm, 14 inches of rain in the first 5 days of October, more than double normal levels, triggering floods worse than one in October 1968, which an estimated 1,000 people were killed. The department has predicted heavy rain over the next 3 days in parts of Sikkim and neighboring states. And on the entertainment scene, the Lagos State Police Command requested that Naira Marley and Sam Larry be held in custody for 30 days while the investigation continues. However, the magistrate reduced the time frame to just 21 days, meaning that they are not allowed to leave the country during the 21 period. Memphis Victor will take us through all of these.
Marlon Records founder Naira Marley and his associate Sam Larry have been remanded for 21 days over the death of Mohbad. The magistrate court in Yaba has delivered an order remanding them in police custody, as they won't be allowed to leave the country for 21 days. Nollywood actress Linda Osifo has disclosed how she considered bleaching her skin because of the bullying she faced as a teenager. According to her narration, she was bullied by some people who had the same skin tone as herself, which was more hurtful for her.
I was a child. Of course, it left such, traumatic psychological experience. But so it was because of that, and I think every average Nigerian can relate to this. It's because of that Nigerians seek refuge in other places.
Canadian singer Claire Boucher popularly known as Grims, has sued billionaire Elon Musk over the parental rights of their 3 children. According to reports, Boucher filed a petition to establish parental relationship at a California court on September 29. The petition is used to request for a court declaration of children's legal parentage, especially when their father and mother are not married. Mavis Victor, Rstv Entertainment News.
Has announced its plans to host the 2034 World Cup, the latest step in a campaign to turn the kingdom into a global sports powerhouse. A statement from the Saudi Arabian Football Federation, the bid intends to deliver a world-class tournament and will draw inspiration from Saudi Arabia's ongoing social and economic transformation and the country's deep-rooted passion for football. This comes 1 year after neighboring Qatar hosted the first World Cup in the Middle East, where the Saudi national team stunned the world with a group stage defeat of eventual winners Argentina. On the heels of the tournament, Saudi Arabia signed Cristiano Ronaldo to play in the Saudi Pro League, the first in a slew of major stars drawn by the eye-watering salaries to the world's biggest crude oil exporter. Well, that's it on the news, but just before we leave, a quick reminder that if you love and care about River State and our peace, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22PH Online. You can also subscribe and click the notification bell for update on our live feeds. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Good afternoon.